How's everyone doing tonight? Do we have any Warriors fans in the audience? Okay. All right. I'm from Oakland, so I'm really proud of my city, especially last night, 73 wins. Okay. So I'm a current teacher. I teach in Prince George's County, and I teach 7th grade math honors. I don't have a title for my poem, but I'm kind of short, so let's see. Okay, here we go. People ask me, why do you teach? Every day I walk into my classroom, F111, and I see my beautiful black and brown boys and girls. And I see their smiles beaming brightly like they just swallowed the sun and became my source of light. These smiles, they shine through the darkness, conquering realities of home situations, of mothers screaming and fathers leaving, siblings beating and self-hating, refusing to be losers in a game not designed for black and brown children to be losers. Yet these smiles, they fill the cracks of the universe of light. And these black and brown boys and girls come to school every day, wide-eyed and eager to learn, knowing they have nothing to gain and everything to lose without an excellent education. And this is reality that they deserve. People ask me, why do you teach? I teach for students like Jeffrey. Jeffrey comes to school every day with a leather jacket and a backpack too big for his body. He moves back and forth between his home and school life like his bright blue favorite yo-yo, translating colonist words into his native tongue for his mother, the language of his ancestors, the language that labels him as an immigrant, the language that makes him an American with a dash, never truly feeling a sense of belonging in America or El Salvador. Jeffrey sits quietly in the front of my classroom, speaks English flawlessly without an accent, me never assuming that we shared a similar story. He sees his two worlds collide the day I shake Mrs. Torres's hand. The touch of an immigrant mother reminds me of my own mother, who cut her roots from her homeland, replanted seeds on soil she did not yet know how to water so that her only daughter could flourish on his foreign land. I tell Mrs. Torres that Jeffrey jumped 400 points on his scholastic math inventory. And as I wait for him to translate, I remember how when my mother speaks her broken English, I pray that the edges of the language will not cut her self-esteem, scar her so deep that she hold on to her native tongue as the only true form of communication in a nation not designed for immigrants to succeed without assimilation. When he finishes translating, she smiles, and I smile, knowing that the greatest feeling is making our mothers proud. People ask me, why do you teach? I teach for students like Sarai. Sarai comes to school every day with a khaki skirt and bright socks to match every occasion. She imagines a world of possibility and wonder like her favorite box of colored pencils, transforming a history of repeated failures into refined purpose for her mother. The failure of siblings not graduating from high school, the failure that labels her as a dropout, the failure that makes her a student with hope, always coloring outside the lines in a world trapped in black and white. Sarai rarely raises her hand in my classroom, always minding her own business until one day I drive her home after math tutoring and she shares with me her story. She says, "Miss Wu, my mother is the strongest woman I know. You see, my mother's life was a beautiful, colorful canvas in El Salvador, but she auctioned it to the highest bidder, used the money to buy a blank canvas and paintbrushes so that her 5 children could become American artists. She said, I grew up with the paintbrush in my hand, felt my mother's love with each bristle, and even though the wooden handle was not chipped away, I still feel my mother's guidance with each stroke, and I know that my siblings don't use their paintbrushes anymore. I know that the canvas is only half finished. I know that I'm my mother's last hope, but I'm gonna graduate from high school, be the first in my family to go to college, be a success story in a cycle not designed for students like me to break out of." When she finishes, I smile, and I share with her how I remember the day I walked across the stage as the first person in my family to go to college. And I looked down, I could see my mother's tears of happiness wash away the pain of years of sacrifice. And I tell her, Sarai, you're gonna finish that painting. Add so much paint that the colors will bleed into the sky, that the world becomes your canvas. She smiles, knowing that one day she's gonna make her mother proud. People ask me, why do you teach? Every day I walk into the classroom, F111, and see my beautiful black and brown boys and girls. I see a part of myself tucked away behind each beautiful smile. And I know, and they know, that there's a lot of work to be done to become winners in a system not designed for black and brown children to become winners. But education is the only true way to break the cycle of poverty, and these black and brown boys and girls have nothing to gain and everything to lose without an excellent education. And this is the reality that they deserve. Thank you.